What's up, all you beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vuvuzela here. It is Vuvuzela Victory Challenge, episode 106, as we move on in the league. And you know what? I must say, considering the start that we had at the start of the season, to be in European contention is actually fantastic. And that's exactly where we are after a brilliant run of form. 3 games coming up at you, Champions League and 2 Premier League games. In terms of the Premier League, we've managed to get back into European contention. In terms of the cup competition, we've absolutely dominated the Champions League. We've dominated in the League Cup, and we've dominated in the FA Cup. So not really concerned about that. What I'm trying to concern myself is with the turn of the league form. Of course, with that being said, I kind of want to get into that top 4, maybe even be a title contender. Dare I say it, that we could challenge the likes of Man City and Chelsea and Brighton at the top of that table. It is ever so close between us. I think it's 9 points between 1st and 7th. We've got games in hand. Hopefully they can come into play. All depends on what happens in this video. If you guys like all the videos, hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers and haters. Let's run that intro. Welcome back, ladies and gents. We've got some Champions League football and a very, very big game in the Premier League, as well as one that I've kind of wanted to show for a while. I just haven't had time or good structure to play it, but we've got some good football action. Before we get to today's games, we are taking on PSG in the Champions League, Man United in the league, and Aston Villa in the league. We can have a quick look at the 2 leagues. And in the Premier League, as you can see right here on the left-hand side, we are just 9 points behind Manchester City with a game in hand over them. And more importantly, we're 4 points behind Manchester United, which is why we're taking on Manchester United, because we can close that gap to just 1 point with a game in hand over Manchester United. So I don't want to say that we're in the title race, but we are very close to that title race right now. And I mean, from 1st to 7th, it's literally 9 points gap. And the likes of us and West Ham both have a game in hand over Man City. So to say that we're out of the title race is probably not true. We are very much in contention in that title race. I feel like 6 point gap, if we win our game in hand, is not the end of the world when it comes to the gaps that is in the Premier League. Elsewhere in the Champions League, a draw would be enough to make us qualify. I don't see the likes of PSG, Barcelona. Well, we played PSG, but Barcelona, Napoli, Man City, Milan, all winning games. And Lille, I mean, there's no way we can actually drop. In fact, it shows you there. I just realized now we have officially qualified for the next round of the Champions League. Ideally, I want to win this game and we go top of the table and qualify in 1st place, really stamping our dominance in the Champions League. 6 wins, 1 draw, and no losses in the Champions League. Real Madrid did get 2 draws. They drew 2-2 to PSG, and then most recently drawing 3-3 to Benfica, allowing Benfica a chance to secure a playoff round. And then, of course, like I said, in the other game, we're taking on Aston Villa, near the bottom of the table. It's just, I've always liked Villa. I've always liked the style that they play, and especially in this universe. And I just think it'll be fun to have a look at this. They've gone to a new stadium, the Aston Villa Stadium, moved away from Villa Park, which is a little bit sad, but it is inevitable. There is talks of upgrading Anfield. They're currently 61,000 capacity. We have a look at the attendance in Anfield. I mean, it's not that high and compared to where we've, what we've been hitting in terms of that. If you look at all the home games, 61, 60, and a couple of 61s, and then it just drops off a little bit from the smaller games. So there's that. We had a full crowd for Preston. That's quite impressive. In terms of our fixtures, let's have a look how we have done since our last episode, where we beat Arsenal 4-0 and drew with Man City 1-1. Beat Sunderland 3-1 in the Premier League. We've been on a winning streak since then, beating Wolves 2-0. Also beat Burnley 4-2 and Newcastle 1-0, all in the Premier League. In other competitions, the FA Cup, we beat Middlesbrough in the third round 3-0. And in the fourth round, beating Preston North End 4-2 at home. And then in the EFL Cup, of course, we are playing Chelsea in the first leg. We beat them 3-0. We do have an upcoming fixture after Aston Villa. I'm not showing that one. We're already 3-0 up. I don't see Chelsea coming back for that one. And in the Champions League, beating Lille 4-2. Like I said today, PSG, Man United, Aston Villa. Those are the three games. Let's go to the PSG game. This is the team that is starting. Just some news. Lower out for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I kind of wanted him to play against Chelsea. He's not going to go. Eloquim, 75 minutes of action. He is going to be risked. Looks like I sound like I've got a frog in my throat. There we go. That's better. And then Yaya, Larkin, Pereira, Dixon, Amuda, Vida, Hunt, and Lamine Yamal will all start. Before we actually get to the game, I realized I have some transfer news to do. We haven't really signed anybody. As you can see, we signed Kai Hoofer officially, but he's gone back on loan to Augsburg and will continue playing at Augsburg just to develop a little bit. I feel like potentially could be a good star one day. And then elsewhere, we have loaned out 4 players. Well, 3 players loaned out. 2 players sold for free. Most notably, Patrick Bunick going on loan to Lens. Scored his first goal for them in the French league. Hopefully he can develop a little bit more. 23 years old, probably his development is done, but with the striking prowess that we have, it's just a no-brainer for him to go. The same with Elias Peters, just struggling to break into that first team. We just got such good players in that final third that it's just difficult for him to break through. And Roshan Byron, I mean, I was looking at trying to sell him off. He is quite the utility player. He's played like almost every position except left wing, back, and striker. He can play at all. I just don't think he's good enough to be a Premier League quality player. So he has gone off to Reading to try and just get some football in his belt. Probably look to sell him next season. And then 2 players that we haven't really spoken much about. Sam Holleran, young under 18-year-old, never going to develop, never going to break in the first team. He's gone for free. We didn't renew his contract to Wrexham. And the same with Ben Smith. When you have strikers like Lamine Yamal and Unic and Barroso and Gartakos, Ben Smith never going to break into that first team. Good. I think a good like League One, a championship type of player that can develop into a Premier League quality players. But if you just look on the right-hand side, you can see a whole list of players that are just probably a little bit better than Ben Smith. Let's go to the PSG game. We've already qualified, but I want to qualify first, and it's PSG. I want to always beat PSG. So let's go to the game. It is at Anfield. We start off 45 seconds in. Amuda with the free kick. Hunt looking for the header. Ignacio will clear it. Glomeres goes long to Eric, a man that has been on my radar since day one. I've really liked the look of him. Fortunately, 200 million is what PSG want for him, so there's no way we're ever going to afford him. Ferreira, Dixon, Vida gives it away. His first touch was bad there. Ugarte picked it off there. Diallo goes long to Eric, and now there's some good back and forth play. Ferreira wins it back beautifully in a good position. Hunt trying to feed Lamine Yamal. Kobasi gets that easily. Ugarte gives it away. Amuda is cutting inside, weaving and turning and scoring a goal. 1 minute 48 seconds is all it took for Liverpool to break the deadlock in front of the Kop as well. A bit of a mistake here from Ngata. Put João Neves on pressure. Ferreira with a good tackle. And then bobbed, weaved, turned, and shot. And in the back of the net. Diallo left very much flat-footed there. Should have maybe done a little bit better. Wasn't exactly the hardest strike in the world. And I feel like he should have done a little bit better there. But it is 1-0 to Liverpool on our first shot of the game. And it's a good start. Very, very good start. Exactly the type of start you want to see from this Liverpool team. We've got the goal kick now. Beating to Ferreira. Looking for Amuda. Nice ball into Hunt. He's got Lamina ahead of him. He can't find the gap. But Eloquim has it in the back. Goes all the way back to Beedling. Trying to recycle the ball a little bit. PSG have got bodies back. Dixon, though, finds the gap for Hunt. In the end, it is going to be a corner. Diallo this time gets a good solid hand to it. Lamine Yamal with the corner. Back post looking for Beedling. Can't find Beedling. Yaya brings it back in. Diallo will claim that. In terms of action in this game, we haven't had many opportunities. This is only the third highlight of the game. Fisher coming through for PSG takes the shot, and other Fisher makes a great little save. Al Fisher, and we have a corner all of a sudden in the highlight. So back to the other side. Lamine Yamal looking for Eloquim near post. This time it's blocked by the defender. Long throw given away by Eloquim. He's won it back. Beedling goes back to Eloquim. Got some space down that wing. Can't find that little early cross in. Yaya wins it back. Vida back to Eloquim. A lot of the play coming through on this right-hand side at the moment. Amuda, who has scored a goal, can't find Dixon and puts Xavi in a good position, but Beedling reads the game ever so well. Larkin back to Yaya. I feel like Beedling is one of those players that have just gotten better and better with every game that we've played him. The England international, back to his counterpart, England international, Drew Dixon. Amuda cuts inside, beautifully done, looking for Lamine, couldn't find him, finds Vida instead. Jean-Miguel Vida. It is the season of Vida. His 10th goal of the season. Last season, Skov was destroying that left-hand side. I played Vida in the first 2 games because Skov was injured, and Vida has really just stepped up to the plate and absolutely smashed that into the back of the net. It's 2-0 before halftime. We're in the driving seat right now, and this is looking good. This is looking good. Second half underway, no subs from us. PSG took off Xavi Simons and put on Zapondi, moving Neves into a more attacking role. The corner doesn't result into anything, but Ferreira has the recycled ball, trying to find a way to break through. Larkin, Yaya. Larkin's been very quiet this game, actually, compared to his normal standards. Yaya looking for options, goes all the way back to Fisher, sitting tight on his goal line. Don't really like him coming out. He's not really a good sweeper keeper. He tends to make a little bit of silly mistakes when he's a little bit further out of the box. Good ball to Larkin, who cuts inside Lamine Yamal. It's his 16th of the season. It's our 3rd of the game. Running over to the Liverpool fans to celebrate. Lamine Yamal, can you get better? The answer is no. You can't get better than Lamine Yamal. A beautiful little spot kick. Found a little gap behind the defense and that halfback in Zapasodi. And that is 3-0 Liverpool. And now could it be 4? Vida cuts inside. Sam Hunt says, you know what, Lamine? If you can score, I can score too. And the 2 attackers really splitting PSG apart. A beautiful long throw from Eloquim. We finally get to see a proper long throw goal throw in. Vida cut inside on the right-hand side this time. He found himself. And it's 4-0 to Liverpool. It's time to make some swaps, get guys off. The likes of Eloquim, of course, could only play about 75 minutes. I don't want to risk him any much longer. We don't need to risk him, actually, at this point. Elsewhere, the likes of Drew Dixon, we can give him a little bit of a rest. I'm going to go with Adrian Sacco to play as the center forward, and then Ferreira on a yellow card can come off for Chingozi. We'll play him as the Mazzala. I think he's on a yellow. Don't want to risk him for future Champions League games. It's something that we need to keep an eye on. So those are just the 3 swaps for now. We'll keep the game going. Maybe someone looking a little bit tired, looking a bit restful. PSG are looking absolutely knackered out there. Inacio with the free kick. Terrible free kick there. Gives it straight down to Larkin's throat. Beedling. I don't want to tinker the defense too much. I know they've got the likes of Lafave and Alonso. They can come in. Of course, we sold Julio Cesar. Actually, I forgot to mention that when we sold him for 50 million to Real Madrid. Chingozi, though. Oof. Oof. That was a goal and a half. I mean, it's the 5th goal of the game, but geez, this was probably the best goal of the game. Beautiful little ball from Vida yet again, and what a finish. Oh, that was good. I was just, side throw there. We sold Julio Cesar for 50 million to Real Madrid, just in case you guys forgot to hear that. He is out of the squad now. 50 million for a French defender. Probably never going to be that good. I think he'd reached his peak already. But you know what? I'm not going to make any swaps. I think I'm just going to continue with this as is. We've got Man United coming up in a few days' time. I'll probably rest the players up there. Same team will probably start. San Roman looking for Lamine Yamal. Is that a penalty? It is going to be a penalty. I don't think we have 2 players player on 2 goals. I think we've had 5 different goal scorers, if I'm not mistaken. Amuda, Vida, Hunt, Lamine Yamal, and Chingozi. Yeah, Lamine will take it. Can he score his second of the game and make it 6? Really punish PSG. And go and celebrate in front of the PSG fans running towards the Liverpool fans. 6-0, 2 minutes left of extra time. I think PSG just want to leave Liverpool as quickly as possible right now. Brilliant stuff there from Lamine Yamal. 6-0, making an emphatic statement on the rest of the Champions League. Absolutely destroyed PSG and destroyed any chances of them trying to make it into the automatic playoffs, into the knockout rounds, round of 16, I think it is. PSG dropped down to 11th after that humiliating loss. Man United sneaked their way through. They were sitting in 9th place, so well done to United, sneaking a little bit through there, dropping PSG and Lille out of the top 10. That is brilliant. But we go first through. We've got Manchester United coming up. They've sneaked into the Champions League. We need to beat them to make it only 1 point deficit between us and 3rd place. I'm going to rest up the players. We'll see you guys then. Right, we've got Manchester United. We're playing at Old Trafford. There's a big game in the Premier League. 4 points separates us between Manchester United with a game in hand. A win here would take us just 1 point behind Manchester United. We're looking at elsewhere results. Arsenal, Chelsea, hoping for a Chelsea victory there. Newcastle, Brighton, hoping for a Newcastle victory there. And then Bournemouth, hoping they can beat Man City. Although I just noticed Chelsea are in 2nd. Ideally, Arsenal, Chelsea should be a draw, actually. Keep us more in fighting distance of Chelsea in 2nd place. This is the team that's starting. Let's go to Old Trafford. We're 12 minutes in, and of course, the last time we played Manchester United was in the League Cup quarter-final, beating them 2-0. This is, of course, the 4th time we're meeting them in this season. Lamine Yamal has an opportunity, and Lamine Yamal scores it ever so easily. Hunt with the assist. And that's just another notch for the 2 attacking forwards. Amuda goes short to Lamine Yamal. He started the whole play, picked up Ferreira. Beautiful ball to Hunt. Lamine took his time. I mean, I don't know if you can give Hunt the assist there. I think you should give the defender an assist. He was trying to cross it into the middle of the box. It bounced off him. It found its way to Lamine. And it is 1-0 to Liverpool, which means we now go 1 point behind Man City at the Manchester United at the moment. And now Vida has picked up an injury. Vida, who's been on such good form, potential thigh injury. We'll have to bring on Skov, obviously. He's the only logical explanation to come into the squad. And now Man United have a throw-in with Taylor. Looking for, who's that? Murda up front, Musiala. Jamal Musiala comes through and he does score a goal there. Terrible bit of defending there from Larkin, overcommitted. It gave Musiala an opportunity to run through. I don't know if the slide tackle was necessary there from Larkin. Try and block Musiala. Yeah, it wasn't really. Should have just pushed him wide and beaten at the far post. Musiala is always going to score those ones. It is 1-1 now, and not ideal comeback for Manchester United. We need to keep these points up. We need to start winning games. Well, we have been winning games, and we need to keep this winning streak going for us. Playing with that double Mazzala, Man United does leave them a little bit more exposed in the middle of the park, which we do like to open up a little bit sometimes. We do stretch out the teams quite a bit. Not going to make any subs at halftime. We're going to carry on. They've brought on Garnacho for Musala, which is interesting. Is he injured? Doesn't show that he's injured. I think he was just, I don't know why he was subbed off. That's interesting. They seem to have been better with him on there, but we're going to make some swaps now. It's 60 minutes in. Nothing has happened from our side. Drew Dixon not playing great. Chingozi scored a wonder goal. He can come in there. Eloquim still not 100% fit. San Roman can come in there. Elsewhere, do I want to make a swap up front? Let's bring on Barroso for Hunt. Barroso's always pulled up clutch for us when we desperately needed a goal. Hopefully he can do the same now with these subs coming in. Fresh legs all over the park. We have an opportunity. Back post, Amuda was looking. Urbig picks that up. Is he going to look to play from the back, or is he going to go long? He's taking his time. He goes short for this one. Taylor trying to find, building up from the back. Mazzoli has options in the midfield. Timmermans. Castagno picks up Mazzoli again. He started the whole play. Goes down to the wing, looking for options. Gives it away to Ferreira on the counter-attack now. Barroso was looking for options, couldn't find options, and then gives it away from Beedling. Straight to Mazzoli, but San Roman covered his man well, but he's left a bit of exposure on that right-hand side. Castagno, I think, was offside there. Don't think that is going to count. Flagman, I saw the linesman raise his flag. That is definitely going to be offside. He was quite a bit offside there, I think. He just didn't time his run nicely against Beedling. Yeah, you can see that. He was a mile offside. I don't even know why we need VAR for that. Just flag it, carry on, move on with the game. I think it was a bit ridiculous that we had to have VAR there. Going to make some more swaps here. We're not looking great. We're not looking poor. Ferreira looking a little bit tired. Mooney come in there. Amuda looking super tired out there as well. Going to bring on Karatiko. Oh, I can't make any more swaps. Sorry, Amuda. You're going to sit there through the whole game. I forgot I made 5 swaps. The Vida injury. Forgot about that one. This is it. Mooney. Could he be the changer? Skov goes short to Lamine. Mooney. Chingozi hits it over. That was the opportunity right there. It's going to be all spoils at Old Trafford. Not ideal. Like I said, we want to close it in. Oh, is there going to be late drama, though? Manchester United do a little shenanigans corner. Garnacho scores his 4th goal of the season from, a routine corner from the training ground, really. It is. Mazzoli goes very low to Garnacho, unmarked. Took a deflection off one of our players there. Who was that? I think it was Mooney. I'm not 100% sure. Can't blame him for anything, though. That hurt. 90th minute winner from Alejandro Garnacho. That hurts, guys. That absolutely hurts. We should have won that game. We really, really should have won that game. All right, with that loss, it does mean we actually go further behind Man City now. They did win against Bournemouth. Arsenal beat Chelsea, and Brighton Newcastle did draw, which does help us a little bit, but we still have that game in hand over Man City, Man United, Chelsea, and Brighton. And we do have 2 games over Arsenal as well. It does mean West Ham, who are in 7th place, have 3 games in hand over Arsenal, which could prove to be a little bit of a turning point for us. I mean, if we win our game in hand, we just go above Arsenal. We don't even go above Arsenal right now. It's how bad we are. We have to win both our games in hand to go above Arsenal. We have fallen a little bit. That loss against Man United did cost us quite a bit. We still have Aston Villa. That's coming up after the transfer window. I'm not going to make any transfers. I think we don't have money to make transfers. So we'll come back for that Villa game. Well, ladies and gents, we're taking on Aston Villa at the Aston Villa Stadium. Of course, new stadium for them, not playing at Villa Park. We do have a couple of injuries to deal with. Alonso picked up a minor injury. Vida, of course, injured in the last game. Gartakos and Alua still all out injured. Gartakos picked up a little bit of a lower leg injury in training. Vida still out for another 3 weeks, and Alua out for another 10 days. It does mean there could be a debut for young Paul Smart here, the centre-back. Was on loan at Coventry, wasn't playing great at Coventry, so I did call him back. Looking to try to loan him out again in the transfer window. No one wanted to take him, so he'll be playing in and around as a backup 3rd choice centre-back, or 5th choice centre-back rather. And the fact that Alonso is injured means he does get an opportunity to come into the team. Hopefully, hope something happens. Of course, Sacco coming in as well on the defense. Don't have any left wingers available. I did sign one player, but he has gone back out on loan, and we can have a look at him. A youngster that I'm actually super excited for, Jose Antonio Guterres. He looks very, very good, and if you just compare him with Skov, I mean, he's not that far off from Skov in terms of the polygon. 18 years old. Skov is 25. He looks like he could be very, very good. So a wonder kid, so to speak. So hopefully he can do something. But right now, this is the team that's starting against Villa. Same team except for Skov coming in for Vida. The rest of the team is the exact same team that started against Manchester United. Let's go to the game. Of course, Aston Villa just sacked their manager the day before this match. Can you believe it? So interim manager stepping in here at Aston Villa Stadium. Big, big game. We need to win this. We need to keep that pressure up at the top of the table. We have dropped to 7th after West Ham picked up a victory. At this point in time, all I want to do is get top 4. I think that is the goal, and we're only 4 points behind Brighton in 4th place. So a victory here is very much important for us to try and break into that top 4. For the first time this season, actually, Skov with the free kick hits just over. He's the only player so far this season to have scored a direct free kick is Benjamin Skov. And we need to play better than we played against Man United. We gave away that goal in the 90th minute, which was just absolutely gut-wrenching. This game, though, however, going into halftime, only the free kick highlight. Oh, I was going to say that, but Lamine Yamal with the corner. Iloquim's header just goes over the top. Iloquim's headering has dropped down a little bit towards the latter end of the season. Halftime, it is 0-0. We're not looking good. We need to do better. I'm not going to make any swaps, but I am going to make a little tactical tweak. We need to increase the tempo a little bit. I think we're playing a little bit, a slightly higher tempo. Let's get the ball more moving a bit better. I feel like we're stagnating a little bit in this game. In the last 2 games so far, we haven't played well. So I'm just upping the tempo a little bit. Just seems like we're not clicking at the moment. Eloquim to Amuda. Good ball to Eloquim. Cuts inside. It's sneaked its way in. I think it is going to be an own goal. Alex Hernandez did get the final touch there. It's a goal there, but it was a good throw-in from Amuda. Long throw Amuda, which is very interesting. He has been practicing them, apparently. Eloquim shot. Hernandez, I mean, not much Hernandez could have done about that. He was trying to hit it out of the box. It went into the back of the net, unfortunately. There's a kick-off highlight. Fredrickson playing with an injury throughout most of the game, by the way. He started the game off with an injury. Shote. Parente. Going down. Gives it away. Amuda now on a yellow card. Goes over the top. Ferreira to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. That should have been 2-0. That should have definitely been 2-0. That was a game changer there. And I think that we might... We rued those chances against Manchester United. I don't feel like we should be ruining those chances against Aston Villa. Managerless Aston Villa, by the way. And they've got a huge space on that right-hand side. He's cut it back inside. Good defending. Ohms brings it back in, though. Hubes. Claudini. Looking for options. Cuts back inside. Ferreira picks it up. And in the end, Fisher turns it onto the bar. And that is a sigh of relief, really. Claudini with the corner. We haven't dealt with the danger yet. This time, Hernandez can't make up for his earlier mistake and hit the back of the net. Listen, I'll take a 1-0 goal. I'll take a 1-0 lead. I'm not going to complain about that. We're going to make some swaps. Amuda not looking great on that right-hand side on a yellow card. I'm bringing Chingozi to play in on that right-hand side. He can fill in there. Elsewhere, Hunt not playing all right. We're going to bring in Adrian Sacco to play as an advanced forward. Been training him a little bit as an advanced forward and centre mid on attack. He's got the attributes to be both, really. Elsewhere, Larkin not playing great. We'll bring on Porritt. He's been absolutely fantastic lately when called upon. 1-0 at the moment. Second goal would really make me feel a little bit better. A little bit more eased into this. Redson's still on the pitch. He has got like no life left in him. And somehow he is still playing the full 90 minutes by the looks of it. We've got the corner now. Lamine Yamal. Is he going to go short to Amuda? Oh, it's not Amuda there, is it? Amuda's off. Lamine goes to Eloquim, hits the crossbar. Second header that is ever so close. Villa with the corner now. Goes to the deep post looking for Hernandez. Can't find Hernandez. Costa will bring it back. Parente. Looking to try and cut it in, does, but he finds Beedling instead. He's looking for Lamine Yamal, can't find him. Costa gives it away. Skov now with the counter-attack. Can go wide, doesn't. Dixon picks it up, though. Chingozi on that right-hand side. Chingozi tried to cut inside. Parente gets it. He wins it back there before it goes out. Picks up Ferreira in a good spot. Dixon. Drew Dixon, how many goals has he scored like that? Just arriving a little bit late into the box. Ferreira and him have this amazing little connection. They just know where each other are at all times. And there we go. Chingozi won the ball back. Found Ferreira in a good spot. Dixon arriving late. And slots it back into the back of the net. It's 2-0. I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. I feel like the Man United game was a little bit of a blip, but it does mean we're now 2 points behind Brighton, 3 points behind Chelsea in 4th place with the game in hand. And there might be a chance for a third goal. Eloquim looking for Beedling. Can't go all the way to Beedling, but he finds Sacco in a good position. Skov, yeah, Beedling! I mean, for a centre-back, that wasn't a bad effort. That really, really wasn't a bad effort. It is going to end 2-0 to Liverpool. Maybe we understand why Villa sacked their manager. They just played terribly. I don't even think they had a real proper chance in this game. But what that does mean is we've opened a nice 4-gap lead over Newcastle in 7th place. And more importantly, we're now just 3 points behind Chelsea with a game in hand. That is the goal. That is where we're going to look. And we do play Chelsea next in the EFL Cup. We're not going to show that. This is going to be the end of the video in terms of when we're coming back. I mean, we've got the Chelsea game coming up. There's round of Champions League round of 16. Depending on who we draw for that, might come back for that one. Might come back a little bit earlier and leave the Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City games for a bit later. We'll see. We'll see when we come back. Well, that Man United game did knock the wind out of our sails a little bit, but we bounced back nicely with an Aston Villa victory. We've got a good lineup of matches coming up, lower half of the table Premier League games. We still have the likes of Arsenal, Man City rather, and of course Chelsea all coming up in the league. So those might be the clutch games that we see. In terms of when we're coming back, I don't know. You guys will see. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to find out about that. For now, though, your boy, the Vuvuzela, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.